Punjab Chief Minister Amarinder Singh to meet Home Minister Amit Shah in a short while from now, likely to discuss farm laws and the current situation. Government reiterates commitment to farmers' welfare. Another round of talks with representatives of farmer organizations to be held today to discuss recent agricultural laws. Government's paddy procurement for Kharif 2020-21 season registers an increase of over 19% as compared to the previous year. Punjab alone contributes to almost 61% of the total procurement. Government continues MSP operations for other crops as well, benefiting lakhs of farmers. Tamil Nadu and Kerala brace for Cyclone Burevi. Relief camps and control centres set up, NDRF teams stationed, Prime Minister assures all possible help. Cyclone landfall predicted for early morning tomorrow, effect to be felt from this afternoon. Ministry of Home Affairs announces India's top 10 best performing police stations for 2020. Manipur's Nongpong Sekmai tops the list. The ranking was initiated in accordance with Prime Minister Modi's directions for laying down parameters to assess performance of police stations based on feedback. And it is the International Day of Persons with Disabilities today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi gives a call to work towards ensuring opportunity and improving accessibility for Divyangs. UN theme this year is centered around building back the post-COVID world. Good morning. You're watching DD News and I'm Preeti presenting the bulletin. In the next half an hour, we'll get an account of everything that's been making it to the headlines. Our top story first. Punjab Chief Minister Amarinder Singh is meeting Home Minister Amit Shah in a short while from now. The Punjab Chief Minister is likely to discuss the farm laws and the current situation. The discussions are likely to be focused on finding out an amicable solution to the farmers' protests. Fourth round of talks between the government and farmers' representatives will be held in New Delhi today. The third round of talks between the centre and the farmers were held on Tuesday. Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal and Minister of State for Commerce Som Prakash represented the centre at the meeting. During the meeting, the Agriculture Minister emphasised that the government is fully committed to welfare of farmers and agriculture development is always on the top priority for Modi government. He reiterated that the new Farm Reform Acts which have been brought in are in the interest of the farmers. Meanwhile, Delhi Traffic Police has issued an advisory saying that traffic movement has been closed at Tikri border, Jharoda border and Jhatikra border, while Badusarai border is open only for two-wheeler traffic. Also, the Chila border on Noida Link Road is also closed for traffic due to farmers' protest near Gautam Budh Dwar. People are advised to avoid Noida Link Road for going to Noida and instead use NH24 and DND. Also, Singhu border is still closed from both the sides. Lampur, Ochandi and other small borders are also closed. The traffic police have advised to take alternate routes. Traffic has been diverted from Mukarba Chowk and GTK Road. Available open borders to Haryana are Dhansa, Dorala, Kapashera, Rajouri, NH8, Bijwasan, Bajgera, Palamvihar and Dunda-Hera borders. Meanwhile, in the ongoing Kharif marketing season 2020-21, the government continues to procure Kharif crops at MSP from farmers as per the existing MSP schemes as was done in the previous seasons. Paddy procurement for Kharif 2020-21 is continuing smoothly with purchase of over 322.38 lakh MTs of paddy up to 1st of December. As against the last year corresponding purchase of 270.24 LMT, showing an increase of 19.29% over the last year. About 30.41 lakh farmers have already been benefited from procurement in the ongoing Kharif season, with MSP value of rupees 60,865.69 crore rupees. Further, based on the proposal from the states, approval was accorded for procurement of 45.24 lakh MT of pulses and oilseeds in the Kharif marketing season 2020 under the price support scheme. Up to 1st of December, the government, through its nodal agencies, has procured 1,09,578.26 MT of moong, urad, groundnut pods and soya bean, having MSP value of Rs 590.26 crore rupees, benefiting 62,899 farmers in Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Haryana and Rajasthan. Procurement operations of cotton under MSP are also going on smoothly, with cotton bales valuing Rs 9,066 crores procured so far, benefiting more than 6 lakh farmers so far. Up next, an update on Cyclone Storm Burevi. The cyclonic storm over Sri Lanka has moved west-northwestwards with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour during past 6 hours. It is very likely to move west-northwestwards and emerge into Gulf of Mannar near Mannar coast during the next few hours. The cyclonic storm, with wind speed of 70 to 80 kilometers per hour, gusting to 90 kilometers per hour, would be centered very close to Pamban around noon. It would then move nearly west-southwestwards across Pamban area by afternoon and cross South Tamil Nadu coast between Pamban and Kanyakumari during night and early morning tomorrow as a cyclonic storm with wind speed of 70 to 80 kilometers per hour, gusting to 90 kilometers per hour. And as Cyclone Burevi is expected to reach southern Tamil Nadu coast tonight after landfall in Trincomalee in Sri Lanka, Thoothukudi district is likely to experience heavy rains. Fishing activities have come to a grinding halt with the boats berthed in the fishing harbours. Relief and rescue teams comprising of government, police and fire and rescue services personnel have been stationed at 36 vulnerable areas, even as relief centres across the district with all basic facilities have been created. A National Disaster Rescue Force team with 40 personnel has arrived in Thoothukudi. 130 policemen trained in relief and rescue operations have also been divided into 6 teams and have been deployed at vulnerable areas. To back up the relief work, 1,200 policemen have also been kept ready. A total of 12 flights from and to Chennai to southern destinations like Thoothukudi, Trichy and Kochi have been cancelled in view of the situation regarding Cyclone Burevi. With Cyclone Burevi is estimated to pass through Kerala tomorrow, administration has geared up in disaster management mode already. As per the latest bulletin from the IMD, cyclone is expected to reach Kerala by tomorrow afternoon and its effects will be felt from today to the 5th of December. Wind is expected to blow at a speed above 60 kilometers per hour in 5 districts of southern Kerala, and with heavy rainfall predicted across different districts, flooding is feared at low-lying areas and urban areas. As there is chance of landslides in hilly regions, people are advised against unnecessary travel to the hill regions. Red alert is declared for 4 districts of southern Kerala and orange alert is in place for 3 districts and yellow alert in 2 districts on 3rd of December. 8 teams of NDRF are already stationed across 7 districts with base at Sulur Station in Coimbatore. Indian Air Force will also assist in disaster mitigation if required. Navy and Coast Guard are also ready to assist the state in case of emergency. And as cyclone nears Kerala coast, NDRF teams have been deployed in appropriate numbers to tackle the situation. DS Kushwaha from NDRF tells that adequate teams of NDRF are on war footing and are ready to tackle the situation whenever needed.
Total 8 teams have been deployed till now, and according to IMD report, today's red alert has been issued for Trivandrum district. If there may be any disaster, then we can respond first, and for this is the reason why we are working continuously and we are ready for any disasters response, and we are well equipped with DM equipments, and we are observing the situation continuously. In SCOC and DOC, we are continuous in touch, and if there will be any required of NDRF, then we will respond first.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken to Chief Ministers of Kerala, P. Vijayan, and Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, E. Palanisamy, on the conditions prevailing due to Cyclonic Storm Burevi in the states. The Prime Minister has assured all possible support from the centre to help both the states. The Prime Minister also prayed for safety and well-being of those staying in the affected areas. Also, Home Minister Amit Shah has spoken to Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, E. Palanisamy, and Kerala Chief Minister P. Vijayan in the wake of Cyclone Burevi. The Home Minister in a tweet said that the government is committed to all possible support to help people of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. He also said that several teams of NDRF are already deployed in both the states. In some other news, owner of MDH Masala, Mahashay Dharampal Gulati, passed away early today morning owing to cardiac arrest. Gulati was undergoing treatment at a hospital in New Delhi for past few weeks and had recently recovered from COVID-19. The nonagenarian breathed his last at 5:38 a.m. today. Fondly called as Mahashay Dharampal Gulati, was born in 1923. Back in 2019, the government honoured him with Padma Bhushan, the third highest civilian award in the country. Prime Minister Ramnath Kovind has expressed his condolences on his demise. President tweeted, and I quote him, "Saddened by the demise of Mahashay Dharampal President Sri Dharampal Gulati ji, who has also been honoured by Padma Bhushan. He was a well-known personality of the Indian business industry. His work done for social service is also commendable. My condolences to his families and fans." Also expressing his grief over the incident, Union Minister Rajendra Singh also tweeted, "I feel saddened by passing away of one of India's most respected businessmen, Mahashay Dharampal ji. He started his small business and made a mark for himself. He was very active in social work and remained active till the last moment. I express my condolences to his family." International Day of Persons with Disabilities is being observed today. The theme this year is Building Back Better towards a disability-inclusive, accessible and sustainable post-COVID-19 world. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has tweeted on the occasion and said, and I quote him, "On the International Day of People with Disabilities, I call upon everyone to treat persons with disabilities with empathy and respect. We have to ensure that they are not discriminated and are rather empowered to lead a life of dignity." Prime Minister Narendra Modi also tweeted on the occasion, and I quote him, "In line with this year's UN theme of Building Back Better toward a disability-inclusive, accessible and sustainable post-COVID-19 world, let us collectively keep working towards ensuring opportunity and improving accessibility for our Divyang sisters and brothers. The resilience and fortitude of persons with disabilities inspires us." Under the Accessible India initiative, numerous measures have been taken that ensure there is a positive change in the lives of our Divyang sisters and brothers. And the theme of International Day of Persons with Disabilities this year is, as we told you, Building Back Better towards a disability-inclusive, accessible and sustainable post-COVID-19 world. We get to more in this report.
International Day of Persons with Disabilities is observed annually on 3rd December to promote the full and equal participation of the persons with disabilities and to take action for the inclusion of Divyang in all aspects of society and development. WHO estimates that there are around 1 billion Divyang around the world.
In the year 1992, the United Nations proclaimed observance of the International Day of Disabled Person on 3rd of December. This year, the theme is Building Back Better towards a disability-inclusive, accessible and sustainable post-COVID-19 world. Persons with disabilities are among those who are worst affected by this COVID-19 pandemic. Their lives have been disrupted, their services have been interrupted, and there is diminished communication and access to care.
Divyangjan have been amongst the most vulnerable populations during the current COVID-19 pandemic due to many health, social and environmental barriers, discriminatory attitudes and inaccessible infrastructure. Focus is to promote the rights and well-being of persons with disabilities in all spheres of society and development, and to increase awareness of the situation of Divyang in every aspect of life.
Every attempt is being made to ensure that India is also inclusive and accessible in all spheres of life for its Divyangjan. I appeal and request all of you to contribute to the best of your abilities to help build a better world which is inclusive for people with disabilities in all walks of life, whether it is healthcare sector, education, employment, transportation and provision of care and services.
Taking precautions may help to reduce the occurrence of impairment and prevent the transition of functional limitation to disability. Rehabilitation helps to enhance and restore functional ability, maximize independence to perform activities, and improves quality of life. The environment should be changed to improve health conditions, prevent impairments, and improve outcomes for persons with disabilities. Kiran Bhardwaj, DD News.
And it's now we take a look at the COVID-19 situation from across the country. The country's COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to 94.11%. Now, according to the Health Ministry, the total number of recoveries has gone up to over 89,73,000. Over 40,726 people recovered in the last 24 hours, while 5,701 active cases have been reported in the same time span. The actual caseload currently comprises only 4.44% of the total positive cases. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is 4,22,943. Effective implementation of the strategic and graded test, track and treat approach has led to higher recoveries and lower fatality. Currently, India's case fatality rate is at 1.45%, which is one of the lowest globally. And India is moving swiftly towards the path out of the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Minister of Health and Family Welfare, the overall rate of decrease in the positivity rate of states and union territories is much higher than the rate of decrease in the national positivity rate. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, that is the ICMR, a total number of samples tested so far is 14,35,57,647, including 11,11,698 samples tested on December 2nd. The Government of India selects best performing police stations across the country every year to incentivize more effective functioning of police stations and bring healthy competition among them. This year, the government has chosen Manipur's Nongpong Sekmai as the top performing police station, followed by Tamil Nadu's AWPS Suramangalam and Arunachal Pradesh's Kharsang being the top third police station in a list comprising of 10 police stations. This year's survey for best police stations was conducted under challenging circumstances by the Ministry of Home Affairs. In this connection, Home Minister Amit Shah pointed out that a vast majority of police stations shortlisted from thousands of police stations in the country are the police stations located in small towns and rural areas. He said that it clearly indicates that while availability of resources is important, more important is the dedication and sincerity of our police personnel to prevent and control crime and serve the nation. The objective was to rank the top 10 police stations out of 16,671 police stations in the country through data analysis, direct observation and public feedback. The ranking process commenced with shortlisting of the best performing police stations in each state on the basis of addressing property offence, crime against women, crime against weaker sections, missing persons, unidentified or found persons and unidentified dead bodies. The last parameter has been introduced this year. And up next, we'll take a look at the global update on COVID-19 situation. As of now, more than 6 crore 48 lakh COVID-19 cases have been reported worldwide, with over 14 lakh 99,000 deaths. Over 4 crore 49 lakh people have recovered from the virus. The United States continues to top the list among the worst hit countries by the pandemic so far, with the highest number of infections. The US has recorded over 1 crore 43 lakh cases of the virus, with death toll surging past 2,79,000. In Russia, President Vladimir Putin has ordered Russian authorities to begin mass voluntary vaccinations against COVID-19 next week, as Russia recorded 589 new daily deaths from the virus. According to Putin, Russia could produce 20 lakh vaccine doses within the next few days. Russia said last month that its Sputnik 5 is 92% effective at protecting people from COVID-19 as per interim results. Russia stands fourth worst hit country in the world, with COVID-19 cases over 23 lakh 47,000 and deaths more than 41,000. Museums, theatres and concert halls would be closed to the public in the city of more than 5 million people for the duration of Russia's New Year holidays, that is from December 30th till January 10th. Meanwhile, Russian Health Minister Mikhail Moroshko on Wednesday said that more than 1 lakh people have already been vaccinated against COVID-19 as Moscow presented its Sputnik 5 vaccine to the United Nations over video link. According to the presentation, more than 45,000 people are currently participating in the trials worldwide. President Vladimir Putin earlier ordered authorities to begin mass voluntary vaccinations next week. Russia said that its vaccine's jab was over 90% effective at protecting people from COVID-19, according to the interim results. US President-elect Joe Biden on Wednesday promised a group of workers hit by the raging COVID-19 pandemic that more aid would be on the way. Biden, who has pledged to act quickly to provide more resources to fight the health crisis after he is inaugurated on January 20th, Republicans and Democrats are trying to resolve months-long standoff in Congress over a stimulus package for businesses affected by COVID-19 shutdowns, as well as millions who have lost their jobs. More than 2,79,000 people in the United States have died of COVID-19, which is resurgent across the country. The US leads the world in the number of infections as well as the number of deaths reported every day. The Spanish government agreed with the country's regional authorities on Wednesday that a maximum of 10 people per household will be allowed to gather for Christmas and New Year to avoid spread of COVID-19, and that travel between the regions will be limited. The agreement, which applies to celebrations on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, means a slight relaxation of the current restrictions in force. The start of the night curfew would be moved from 1:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. on December 24th to December 31st. The 10-person limit includes children, and the official recommendation is for people from the same household to celebrate together without outside guests. Spain imposed a 6-month state of emergency in October, giving regions the legal backing to impose curfews and other restrictions. Spain has recorded over 16,82,000 COVID-19 cases with over 45,000 deaths. And moving on to sports, the Aaron Finch-led Australia side has moved to the top of the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Super League points table following their 2-1 victory over India. Host Australia defeated India for a 2-1 series win and have jumped to number 1 in the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Super League with 40 points. India won the last game of the series and are placed at number 6 position with 9 points. Reigning World Cup winners England are second in the points table with 30 points. Pakistan are also on the 20 points after a 2-1 series win over Zimbabwe, who secured 10 points for their super over win in the final ODI played in Rawalpindi. And today is the 136th birth anniversary of Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the first President of India. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was a teacher, lawyer, freedom fighter and a gracious writer. President Ramnath Kovind paid tributes to Dr. Rajendra Prasad on his birth anniversary. Paying tributes to first President of India on his birth anniversary, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu in a tweet said, and I quote him, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was a selfless and visionary leader who played a significant role in shaping the polity of India. The Vice President further said that Rajendra Babu will always be remembered for his simplicity and compassion for others. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also paid tributes to former President of India, Bharat Ratna Dr. Rajendra Prasad on his birth anniversary. In a tweet, Prime Minister Modi said, and I quote him, Dr. Rajendra Prasad's role in the freedom struggle and in making of Constitution is incomparable. The Prime Minister said that his life, based on the principle of simple living and high thinking, will always inspire the countrymen. That's it in this edition of the News Sasa. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.